Hi, I'm Catherine.
And I'm Lynn, and we are a coffee break
with Cat and Mom. Welcome back to our podcast. Today's episode 31, and today we are talking about alpha males and Karens, and just people that piss us off. So I'm sure that all of our listeners will at least relate to one of the things we say, because there's always people that, piss us off, especially alpha males. If you don't know what we're talking about, we will explain later in this episode. But first, we're going to do a little week in review because we've had a pretty big week, if you want to share.
I closed on a new property. Mm-hmm. So my first home, not my first home that I buy, because when I was married to your dad, I bought 3 homes, but it's my first home that I bought by myself for my girls and I.
Cue the clapping sound.
It was very stressful because this condo is still for sale. So we had to go a different route, and it was very stressful till the very last, literally minute, and managed to close on time. Don't know how. I mean, the stars aligned. God was really watching over us, and moved in yesterday. We had our stuff out of what we call our storage / prison.
Yep.
That our stuff was in
for 9 months.
Yeah, almost 10, I guess.
Yeah, almost 10 months.
Because it was July.
Yep.
And we forgot half the shit we own.
I know. We were, we have so much stuff. It's insane. And then I was there while she was at work because all the movers came in, brought our stuff in. Well, there's 2 guys. And I almost got scammed by one of them. And he almost tried to charge me an extra $100. And I was like, let me call my mom. Yeah. And he held this $100 tip up and was like, so this is for the trash. And I was like, no, that's for tip. So I can't take it back now because he just tried to scam me. But he was like, it was just ridiculous.
Oh, he tried to scam you once because he didn't want to build up the bed. Mm-hmm. And they did it wrong.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. They did it wrong. Wrong bed, wrong room, not even secured, and didn't build the shelves that they undid. So they were supposed to rebuild, which anyways is part of all my contract that I had with them. And then this $100 thing. So I had to call the moving company, and they're going to make things right with us, and they're sending somebody else to help us out. But it could have gone worse. I mean, it's just like now we have a lot of boxes that were put in the house that actually should stay in the garage, and now we have to bring all the other boxes in. So, and I work all day, but my mom's coming to help next week because I'm going on a little mini vacation for my big birthday. And so it's going to take a while to make it, all done and cozy. But I'd rather take,
I finally have it though.
Yeah. I said, I want to take my time, make it right, and buy the right things. And even if it's, I figure people might want to come and visit us by September. So as long as it's done by September, we'll be good.
Yep.
Make it our own. But it was funny when I came in at lunch and you're like, go look at the shit we haven't forgotten.
Oh my gosh,
Where are those shelves coming from? What is this chair?
Totally forgot about all that stuff. But we'll figure it out.
Well, we have space. So at least we have space for it. So that's good.
And then I started my summer classes. So I literally had like a 2-week summer break, and now I started my summer classes again.
But wait, what's so funny is your boyfriend is finishing his finals of spring semester next week.
Yeah.
And you started your summer one this week.
Yeah.
A coffee break.
Yeah, check out our mugs. I have one too. You'll probably see it throughout this episode. But anyway, go check out my YouTube channel at Cat Militich, all one word, KTMILETICH, and you get a little, what's the word, like
day in the life of Catherine and training for a triathlon.
Yeah, and then you also
you already did the first
my Ironman. But then you also get a little behind the scenes of our podcast and our 30th episode. So go tune into that. And now we'll do a little coffee review because every episode, we are called a coffee break for a reason. Every episode we go to a new coffee shop and we promote small businesses. And
I'm going to do a little, before we review the coffee, I just want to do a shout out to the last week's review, Sorrel, because I went back this week before the day we move. No, yesterday morning, actually.
Yesterday morning.
But no, I went back, I think it was Monday, and told her that we did a big shout out on
The
on
last
the last
episode, yeah.
podcast, and she is now they're all following us, and they gave
Yep.
us stickers and this and that. So pretty excited. Shout out to Sorrel and Stuart.
And then I got
Pumpsy.
a matcha, and had the oob cold foam. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Ube or oob cold
I
foam.
think it's ube.
Yeah. And then I also got their little everything bagel bombs that come with cream cheese. And then
Oh, they have
what's
the
the other
best
thing?
muffins too.
They're muffins, yeah.
Oh yeah, because I tried the carrot cake apple muffin one time, and this time was like a banana pineapple with some cream cheese on top. That was really good. And Amelia had like mini little donuts, and it's all.
She ate the donut. I kid you not, she ate it in like 2 seconds.
But they were very tiny. But she said it was one of the best donuts ever too. It's all homemade, no preservatives or nothing. There's like 2 or 3 ingredients, period, in everything. So they're really good too. So shout out to that. But anyway, so shout out to our new coffee of the week.
And this coffee shop is called Brewed Books. Mm-hmm. It's a hidden gem in Davenport. I literally did not know we had this. And if I'd known that this coffee shop existed, I would have been there like every day, because I love the like library coffee shop vibe. And that's what it is. It's just this library with a bunch of books where like people bring in books and then they buy them or they rent them out.
It's just maybe where it's located.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're revamping that part of Davenport, but let's just say like 5 years ago,
yeah,
it was not the place you wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
So,
but
maybe that's going to help out.
It's a very, like, I met the owner. He's very sweet. He's just back there reading too and sorting through some books. But it's a library. They have like the ladders to go up, and then the owner or the guy working behind the desk was doing some he was watching like a history video or something. So it's just like the workers match the vibe of the place. They have energy drinks there too, kind of like Atomic, which we've already reviewed, or Hyper,
or 7 Brews here.
Yeah, and then they have very good coffee. Amelia had a hot cocoa, and she actually finished it, which is very rare that she finishes a hot cocoa. So that was awesome. True. And then my dad was there, and he always gets a latte breve, and he got a latte breve, and he loved it.
He's so fancy.
Yeah. I literally was on the phone with him the other day, and he goes, hold on 1 second, Catherine. May I please get a latte breve? Okay, you and your latte breve, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I guess that's the new thing. But I love Brewed Books.
5-time world champion MMA.
Yeah.
Latte breve.
Yep. May I please get a latte
breve? You're still going to watch this and tell me to shut up.
Yeah. But shout out to Brewed Books. If I were to ever own a coffee shop, which hopefully one day we do, and I want it to be like that kind of vibe.
That will turn into a speakeasy.
Yeah. So I love it there. It matched my vibe perfectly. So go check it out if you're in the QC area. Yeah. And now we will dive into our topic. This is going to be a fun one today. I love to rant about people that piss me off.
I'm tired. We moved, and I'm ready to rant.
Yeah.
Rant a little bit.
So first, we're going to start with alpha male. And I don't believe my mom knows the thing around alpha male podcasters.
Oh, okay. That I thought you meant I didn't know what an alpha male is, but no.
Well, they're not actually alpha males. Okay. So there's a pattern of alpha male or manosphere podcasters and influencers who face backlash, platform bans, or been canceled for promoting hateful, misogynistic, or controversial rhetoric under the guise of self-improvement and masculinity. So I'm gonna.
So what, they bring people down to make them...
Well, women. Sometimes... So
they bring women
I'm sure
down, yeah.
If you're, I don't know, around my age, you've seen videos of men podcasters. That's why there's so much hate towards podcasting right now, because every man thinks that they can start a podcast, these middle-aged men, and they're sitting around this table or on these couches, and somehow they have such freaking good equipment, and they bring on these girls on their podcasts, and they pretty much just make her look like she's a piece of shit, or make her feel like a fool of herself, pretty much. And they don't let her speak. Every time she tries to answer a question, they'll bash on everything she says, or flip it around on her somehow. And y'all need to look up on YouTube clips of this, because it's insane. I wish we could attach clips.
Well, yeah, and just like I told you, on social media, this guy that just stopped the girl. You know, like when they do this on the street or whatever.
Mhm.
And he was asking, like, hey, who's, I don't know if he said superior or more intelligent. I think it was superior, like, human, whatever,
Yeah.
men or women. And she just like, women. She answered right away. And she was probably your age, like very cute and innocent. He's like, oh, so who invented the electricity, a man or a woman? Man. And he was asking all these things. And she, without even skipping a beat, I mean, bless her heart, she was amazing. And caught him off guard. She's like, yeah, but who gave, no, what'd you say? Yeah, but women gave birth to them, all of them.
Yeah.
And the guy just like, and she's like, yeah.
And raised them because they
Yep.
like when electricity was invented, women didn't have access to great education like these men did.
Yeah.
So there's no opportunity to. They were the ones raising those men. So
yeah, it was really cool. And he was just kind of like, and she's like, yeah, we're superior. And she walked away.
I love that.
I love her.
I looked up just some examples of these alpha male podcasts, and most of these people have been completely like canceled or deplatformed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The first one is the Fresh and Fit podcast, Myron Gaines and Walter Weeks. Deplatformed from YouTube in 2024 for multiple violations related to hate speech, harassment, and misinformation. Notable quote: "Men can't cheat, and it's natural, but women can't. If you don't like it, find a simp."
Oh my God.
They were notorious for berating female guests live on their show. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That's like the podcast environment. Like that's what the bad stereotypes around it.
I mean, guys that do this, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have like even worse example. Question is like, are their moms like watching this? Because I would be horrified that my son would do this. Can you imagine like your boyfriend's mom if she would hear this? I mean, I don't even know if you would survive.
Yeah, no. The next one is Kevin Samuels, and it says deceased in 2022, so rest in peace. But I don't like what you said. So the podcast is a Kevin Samuels show on YouTube. Faced major backlash during his career for extremely controversial views on women's value, worth, and role in relationships. Never formally canceled, but heavily criticized. Notable quote: "If you're over 35 and unmarried, you're leftovers." You're leftovers.
No, I was married.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're over 35 now and I'm married.
Yeah.
So you're
well. Sorry. Well, you know what? I'm like, let's say like, lobster, superior leftovers.
Let's see. Tommy Sotomayor. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Sotomayor.
Sotomayor.
Yeah.
Sotomayor.
YouTube radio show live streams, permanently banned from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for hate speech, targeted harassment, and misogyny. That's crazy. Permanently banned from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram? How do you get banned from all three of those? Single
Must
mothers.
have been terrible.
Single mothers are the worst thing to happen to the black community.
To the black community?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? These kids raised by black single mothers are
that's
amazing kids. I mean, sometimes you see this like on social media, the way they reprimand their kids. Like, I'm afraid, and I'm on the other side of the phone. I'm like, oh my God, and he deserved that.
The best mothers.
They're the best moms.
His content was extremely inflammatory, and he often made derogatory comments about women. Clearly. That's wild.
That mom, oh my gosh, it was like a walk outside, but it was like something really bad. Like it was against something. I can't remember. That was years ago. And she saw her son. Do you remember this? She saw her son like walking, doing some like, I don't know. He was not destroying property or anything like that, but he was like walking against whatever. Saw her son on the TV and got her ass down there. And it's live on TV. She grabbed him and slapping his butt in his face. And he was maybe like 18, 20 years old. Like, get your ass home. And she was just going, you will not disrespect me in the way, blah, blah, blah. Get your ass home and stuff. And it was like, everybody's like, holy shit. That was awesome.
Next, Roosh V, platform Return of King's blog on YouTube books. I don't know. Status, deplatformed. So he's no longer a thing, and it gets worse. Deplatformed from Amazon, YouTube, Twitter, and shut down his blog after international protests over his pro-rate statements.
Wow.
International.
What did he say?
if rape was legalized on private property, women would be more careful with their bodies. He needs his ass beat.
Yes, he probably did.
This statement alone led to mass protests and media blackouts against him worldwide.
Wow.
Shit. As it should.
Wow. What an...
And the last one I'll say because he's just getting me riled up. Anthony Dream Johnson platformed the 21 Convention status not banned, which it should be after this, but heavily deplatformed from mainstream advertising and payment processors for misogynistic content. Notable quote, ready for this one? Make women great again by taking away their rights. What a lovely quote. Held conferences for men teaching them how to reclaim control over women. That right there is a true alpha man. I know this man gets no pussy. Okay?
It's true. But
he's just mad that he can't get a woman.
Or if he does, they're like, unfortunately, women that needs to have a little bit more self-esteem. But anyway, a lot more.
Yeah, no,
Self-love.
that man gets no women. No women.
Wow, that guy deserves to be slapped hard.
Next, we're going to go into... This one just came up recently and has been really nipping at me. Salesmen.
Oh, yeah.
Again, another form of... Listen, sales has to do with every form of business. You need to understand sales. Okay, so there's going to be salespeople. You have to be good at sales to succeed in a business. Mm-hmm. What I'm talking about is the alpha man of sales. The men who post on their Instagram reel after reel of... And this usually has to do with women, too. Somehow they always tie in women into these sales reels, okay? How to pretty much manipulate people. It's all about money, too.
With sales.
These people never end up getting rich, either. They sell, what are they called? Programs and stuff on how to rethink your life to success or visualize your way to millions of dollars. Which I need to have this person on my podcast because she lived with 5 people that were all in sales, and she was at some point, but kind of realized that they weren't a great group of people because they were very cultish. And the
pyramid scheme.
It was a huge pyramid scheme. They had control over everything you did. They manipulated all these people to drop out of school saying they're going to make millions. One of these guys would walk out to his yacht every morning. Actually, not his yacht. It was the landlord's yacht because they were renting from this very wealthy lady, and she kept her yacht out there. And he'd walk out to the yacht every morning and put his hand on it, and he'd say, "By the end of 2026, I will have in my possession $3 million." And to live in that house, you had to go on 5 a.m. runs every morning, and you had to read these books, okay, that are like The Science of Getting Rich. No, like these really weird philosophical books.
Was it like a company? Like were they?
They were door knocking. They were door knocking. Which, don't get me wrong, door knocking can make you money, but majority of the time, it's a pyramid scheme that traps younger kids into.
What were they selling? Goods. I mean, what were they selling? What were they selling?
One time it was pesticides. The other time it was like window washing. I don't know. Oh. It was something different every time. And these people never got the money that they were told they were going to get. And all of them, I kid you not, every year it was a cycle. And this kid would go on FAU campus, bring more kids in. They'd live in the house. They'd drop out, be left with no money. Their parents would have to come get them and take them home. And now they're left with nothing. I watched all of this happen to all of the people in the house. Kid you not. It was insanity. Wow. And then...
That's very sad.
Yeah, and then recently I came across this one guy who has a program of thinking yourself into wealth, which I understand money is a very valuable thing, especially in this economy. It can buy you financial freedom, but people who obsess over wealth and being a millionaire and the science of like getting rich, and that's all they talk about is like wealth. I just don't like being around that because there's just so much more to life than constantly thinking about wealth and money, because that's not going to follow you when you die at the end of the day. So he actually made a video. What?
But the people that want that show. We have a couple of friends that are extremely wealthy, and if you see them, you would probably not pick them in the group as the wealthiest of the gang. And that's what I appreciate about them too. You know,
Yeah.
they don't talk about it, they don't portray it, but you know, they work so hard. So now like they're able to travel around the world and stuff like that. Not just to say like, oh, look, I have a Ferrari, whatever. I mean, they can afford a Ferrari, but for them, they're like, hey, we're gonna fly first class to go around the world. You know,
Yeah.
so they worked hard for this. They just don't plaster it everywhere.
No, and that's I don't know. Like, I think I'm not even going to go into. I'm just going to keep ranting. It's going to go on forever. But I just wanted to point out how I'm not going to talk about all his videos about how to get rich and wealthy and all of this.
There's so many right now.
Sales and programs and
Yeah.
buy my program and you'll get rich.
On Instagram,
no.
stay home. What's the big thing now? It's that you start your own like little Canvas? No, is it Canva?
Canva?
No, that you start your own little, like you stay home on your computer and you try to sell things and
Shopify?
no, it'll come back to me. But you can go on like Instagram, whatever, and you see these ladies like, oh, you know, if you want to know how to make money and man, you know, without even leaving your home, like I quit my job and I'm doing this.
It's all like and then they'll be like, buy my program to understand how to do it.
Like,
and
message
it's like,
me and you'll get my stuff.
I'm
and
not
then
paying.
You read about it and then you have to pay for
it. It's like a $2,000 program,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck no, no. Anyway, so one of this guy's videos, because it ties in with the alpha male misogynistic stuff, it said that
yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
It's been pissing me off. Anyway, it says that
consuming her.
Yes, literally. So the first one was that he was in his hotel room with his friend, and he was like in sight of the day, and showed behind him a painting of, like in Italy, a lot of the art portrays boobs, okay? And it was a painting, and it had a woman's boobs in it. And he said, we're going to talk about this today, and where men were evolutionized to be hunters, while women have a different peripheral vision, which is very focused. And while men were evolutionized to be hunters, our eyes go where we want it to go. So you cannot blame us women when our eyes go where our eyes just automatically go to where it wants it to go. We don't have control over it. It just goes there. Pretty much saying that it's not the men's fault if his eyes automatically are just staring straight at your tits, and that it's not his fault, and he can't help it because he was evolutionized to be a hunter, and he wants your titties. Subconsciously. He can't help it. But women are different, so.
I would never do business with a guy that would ever say shit like this. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm scared of you and I'm going to stay away from you. Not that I have titties, but still. Like, it's unfortunate. Maybe I'm thankful I don't have titties because I don't want you staring at them.
Boobs.
Boobies.
Boobies.
Yeah, because he would say titties. And then another video. What?
You just said.
Another video was that women purposely test their man. He said, this is advice for men. Women test you so that it's like a subconscious test to make sure that you are respecting them or you're aligning with their values and that you are doing the correct thing and that it's like a test to make sure that you're choosing the right decision or the right choice almost, and that aligns with their values and your values. And because women want somebody to provide for them and somebody to take care of them as their provider and their caretaker. And so these tests are telling them whether or not you are the one to provide for them. And going on and on about this. And no, buddy, like there's a reason why you're not in a relationship. And it's because we don't want you to be just a provider for us. There's some women that they can provide on their own. Well, actually, every woman is capable.
I'm like, it's just not a house.
Every single woman is capable of providing on their own. Every single one of them. So let's start with that.
I was raised by my dad, by my mom and dad, but my dad specifically raised me and my brother. But let's see, me because I was daddy's little girl. to be able to provide from, like, to survive, to be independent,
Yeah.
to not need a man. And
Now,
and my dad was like, I mean, a self-made man.
yeah.
So yeah.
And we all women know that we can provide for ourselves. Now there are women who want to be stay-at-home moms, and that's completely okay, and they give that choice over to allow the men to provide for them because it's just
Well, I did
something that they
both. I
appreciate.
did both
Yeah.
with your dad. I
Yeah.
worked and I stayed home and I went back to work. And it's, I mean, raising children is a freaking full-time job.
No,
So
that's right.
it's just,
You're giving that, you're taking the kid, you make the decision to stay at home with the kids,
yeah.
and then you give him that he provides. But that woman still knows that she can still provide for herself if she needed to.
Yeah.
So, like, no, we are not testing you to see if you're the one that can be our provider and our caretaker. Okay.
And that just like makes me think of like guys that, because I know he is in his early 30s, if I remember well, if I got this right.
Yeah.
I think that that gentleman's in his early 30s, you know, still single, not in a serious relationship, like almost allergic to relationship because he's got this mentality. So I hope most women that he meets is just trying to put him back in his place. But
I mean, I pray that he learns that that's just not how you think about a relationship. Is that this woman like this guy genuinely after taking this video goes to a bar and thinks this woman wants a provider and a caretaker, and maybe she does, but thinking that she is testing you to see if you're the provider, like it's just weird. Okay, it's just weird.
And it's okay to
who posts that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you know, so you know, I kind of okay. So this is going to be, I don't know, maybe controversial a little bit, but you know, I'm an independent person, and I raised my kids to be independent. I was raised to be independent and provide for myself. It's always nice to have a man in your life that is there. You know, like that. Yeah. This is what I want to say, that he knows that you can do it. He knows that you can take care of yourself. But he wants to. But he's going to tell you, "I got this. I know you can, but let me do it."
Like but like you can work too. But I want to be able to give you these things because I love you and I want to like.
No, just like because I'm, you know, some guys are just like not chauvinistic, saying I'm the guy, I'm the man, you know. But like I want to do this for you. I know you can, but let me do this. Like I was raised to do this. Like I want to do this for you because I love you, and I want to do this because you can, and I'm the guy, want a provider. I'm supposed to do it, and whatever, you know. Just like I want to do it for you.
No, 100%. All right, now we're gonna shift gears from the alpha males to gym culture, and we're gonna start off with this gym influencer named Daddy Aioli. And I already told her a little bit about what happened, but this guy has a platform of 3.5 million followers on TikTok, and still gets. I think he recently got like 1.4 million views on his video. But last year, it was in 2024. He took a video of him choking his cat, and you can see the cat is like struggling, and I think he also punched it, but I saw some of the video and it's like really, really disturbing. It like made me want to cry. And he still has a platform. This dude still has a platform, and people are like, "Well, he's taken it down. He's apologized. He went to therapy. He's changed." Okay, so like there's this girl that, this is a little off topic, but I'm going to connect it in a second. There's this girl on Tana Mojo's podcast. I totally forgot her name. She made a video saying that she didn't like somebody's Coachella outfit, and she almost got canceled for it. She got death threats for saying she didn't like somebody's Coachella outfit. She got blasted for it and lost followers. But we're going to let this guy,
from this.
We're going to let this guy who choked his cat, literally animal abuse, that's not legal, continue to have a platform. I don't care if you've changed. You should reap the consequences of literally abusing an animal. Yeah. Taking a video of it and then posting it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you've changed your life, and I'm glad that you
went to therapy.
You went to therapy, but okay, well, punishment, you're off the platform.
Yeah, you shouldn't, you should be TikTok. You should be banned off TikTok.
Yeah.
Or Instagram or whatever you posted it on.
I can't even think about that. Let's move on. And that guy's just disturbing.
You're like,
we're animal lovers, so that's not helping the situation.
Yeah, you should
freaking wrong.
Get your ass beat for that. Next is another gym thing. This is
Oh yeah.
very recent. These three gym guys who are about, I'm assuming like 19 or 18, 19, probably 19, I think, 19, 20.
Young.
Yeah, around my age. I'm 20. Took a video in the locker room, and an older guy's changing in the back and is going to like take his underwear down or his shorts down, and they kept him in the video. And then Joey Swole, who's known to take videos where people are not following gym etiquette, and call them out for it. And he called them out and said that this video should be taken down and you should be banned from your gym because I take videos or pictures of myself in the locker room, but I make sure nobody's behind me. Like, not even people who are, like, changed. Because I wouldn't want to be, that's a very vulnerable place as a locker room.
Yeah.
And these guys, I mean, yes, it was taken down, but instead of saying sorry, like, they could have totally came back from it and been like, we're sorry, we didn't even, like, really realize the person in the background. We just looked at if we liked how we looked and then posted it, and we've learned from our mistake and we will never do that again. And instead they made fun of Joey Swole, the guy who called them out, calling him short and bald and, like, just bashing him. And it was, like, such an embarrassing video, too. The guy looked like an idiot. He made the situation worse for himself. And it's just ridiculous.
Are they banned? Are they banned?
They're banned from the gym.
Okay. Well, yeah, they should.
But it's just, like, just gym etiquette. It's just, like, they're using that as, like, rage bait for views, which is so disrespectful to the older gentleman that was changing, because it's such a vulnerable place.
Some people are such idiot. Well, talking about gym etiquette, like when you're in the that happened to me at the gym that we go here. I mean, I can say it's Crunch because in North Palm Beach now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a member there anymore because we moved. But well, we're still here tonight, but
Yeah.
we moved. And I'm in the sauna, and usually you just go in real quick. I know your boyfriend, like if you go in the sauna and the door stays open more than like
he'll lose his shit on you.
He's gonna lose his shit. So you go in and out very quickly. You sit down and like if everybody's looking at their phones, right? Just like put it on mute or leave it, like with your headphones and whatever. She's got this full blown effing conversation about her gynecologist and the exam and how he was this and this. And I'm just like, and I'm listening to the answer. So this is not a made up conversation. This is a freaking serious conversation. And I'm just like, like, why am I listening to this? Like, if you wanted to do a joke, that's okay. Like funny, get it over with. Like we all had a reaction. We're about 4 in this place, just like, okay, cool. Okay, you're funny. Then stop, laugh. And no, she went on about it. And I just got up and left. And then she's just like, oh, well, I guess people are pissed off right now. They're leaving the place because I'm talking. Yeah, you're talking out loud on fucking speakerphone in a sauna. What? Like it's a little freaking room.
That's weird. And then
that's
also with
not good gym etiquette.
No. Also with Crunch Fitness is the workers come up to you while you're mid-set to try to sell you on their personal training. I don't want your personal training. It's also like I find it offensive that you're coming up to me asking if I want your personal training. Even fucking 5 times a day. Like, do I look like I need personal training that bad? Like mid hip thrust.
That day was, and I was filming you that day.
Yeah, mid hip thrust. I'm having her film me hip thrusting, and he comes up and he's just like,
and the poor girl told us how to do it wrong. And the thing is that not only because we knew how to use this equipment, it was a booty blaster or whatever.
I know how to hip thrust. It's not that hard to.
But the thing is that she's right here telling us, and then the machine has the picture on how to use the machine. So we're looking at her, and I'm looking at them. I was like, at least look, because what you're telling us is not even what's on the.
No, what she's telling us was some crazy shit on how to do a hip thrust.
I'm a chiropractor, and I was like, that's a slip disc issue right there. I was like, oh, please, dear God, don't say that to other people that don't know what they're doing.
Crazy
that day was irritating.
I was like, what did you just tell me? Yeah, so there's a lot of gym etiquette that is just not followed. Those 3 guys, I hope that they learn their lesson. Right now they're just being super defensive and being just childish. Like you
just have to take it down and say, I'm sorry. That's all.
You're 19 years old. You're acting like a dumbass. Moving on from the gym stuff, I'm just going to talk about people with no manners in general.
Mm-hmm.
How do people just have no manners? Like, I will go to dinner with somebody and they won't say please or thank you, and they'll talk condescending towards the waitress, and I feel like I have to overdo my manners to make up for this person. And it's like, I'm never going out to dinner with you again, because, or lunch, or
I have
anywhere.
adult friends. I remember you were younger. Because I remember we had a babysitter because we came back early from dinner because your dad and I left. I know who this person is, and she's a sweetheart. But in a restaurant, she is superior to the waitress. And I'm sorry, like you're here to eat, and she's serving you. You don't know her life. She could be very rich, and she's just doing this because she freaking wants to. Who knows, right? Doesn't matter. But she was a sweetheart. That waitress was a sweetheart. It was a restaurant that we know the owner. It was so embarrassing to be sitting and saying like, "Oh my gosh, I'm your friend. I thought I was your friend," and just never looking at the waitress in the eye, never being saying yes or thank you, whatever. Like, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I said. Like, can you listen? I want this, and then or stopping them. Excuse me. It was terrible. We ate so quick and we left, and I never went back to dinner with this couple. And the husband was fine, and they were wealthy people, but
That's so embarrassing,
it
dude.
it was so embarrassing because we
You're
used
just,
to go there a lot, and then you just like, like when I used to tell you like you're guilty by association.
yeah,
I was like, oh dear God, please do not think that we're like that. I think we went back like a couple weeks later just to make up,
Yeah.
just like we wanted to like, yeah, we're not like that. It was,
that's crazy, because like, oh my gosh, it's just, how
I
are you
can't.
not, like, how are you raised like that? And
hmm
there's
It was
just,
so surprising. I had never been into like a public, I don't know, situation like that with her, and it was very embarrassing
I went to
for
the
us.
St. Regis Hotel because my cousin was staying there, and um, I didn't pay for a room there. Don't worry, I don't have the money for that. But we went to the restaurant. Everybody, I've never been talked to like this. It felt so weird. I was very grateful to be there. So weird. They talk so proper. They talk like you're a princess, and I was like, this is weird. Like, you don't have to do that. And like, I'm trying to like help, or I don't know, talk like a normal person, and they're like, no, it's okay. Like, welcome to this Mediterranean. Like, I don't know. It just felt so
They
weird and
treat
off.
everybody on the same level, which is
Yes.
great.
No, it's great, but
great.
no, it's amazing. But like, I want to like,
And she's like, my outfit cost $10.
I know, and I'm like, no, like, you can talk to me like a normal person. Like, I don't expect you to be like,
You
I don't
can't,
know,
because
because
that's
I know, because that's how they're supposed to talk. Because there's a lot of rich people that expect that. Like, that's what they expect, is to be treated like a, like, talked to like a princess. Just so weird to me. But next, well, just reminder to you guys: please say thank you and please.
please and thank you. And if somebody holds the door for you, I
Say
mean, I'm
please
at
or
this
thank
point in
you.
my life, I'm just like, yeah, you're welcome. And like, I won't freaking say this. I'm
It's
so
crazy.
sorry.
Bryce and I held the door open for this guy, and he just walked by, and I was like, "Hello," like,
You're welcome, or just like hint, like not shit something,
yeah,
something. Just I don't know. People have no manners now. Yeah. People are rude. I see this even at work, and I'm in the customer service if you want to. I mean, medical setting, and some people are like, I would say a Karen, but walks up and starts yelling at the front desk girl, like, well, was that her fault that you're late 15 minutes? The doctor now is at another patient, and you raise, well, I had this and this to do. Okay, well, the other patient didn't, so we're just
yeah.
going to give that patient, time of day. Oh, the worst is at the airport. These are the worst at the airport, that everybody's stressed out. Everybody's on the same freaking, boat here, getting on an airplane, on the boat here. Like when your flight's canceled. Is it the girl behind the desk there that's trying to reschedule you's fault? Because let me tell you, I've experienced that last time. Where was I? Oh, we were going to Iowa. We were supposed, your sister and I were supposed to have, that was when your sister was getting her braces off. We were stuck. You remember you came back because I forgot the winter coats here? You came back. We thought like she was not going to make it. Oh my gosh. We were supposed to leave at 10:30 in the morning. And then our flight was now like, I think leaving at 3:30 or whatever. And I went straight in line. Every time it got delayed, I went straight in line. And the lady just looked at me, and the guy behind, three people behind, kept on just cussing out loud and bitching and stuff. And I just got there. I was like, hi, I don't want to be difficult. Like, I have a connecting flight. Do you think we're going to make it or not? Like, can you put me on a And she just went on and booked us up. And I was like, I'm so sorry for the guy behind. And she's like, yeah, he's not leaving today. I just like knew right away. She's like, yeah, we have like zero tolerance for this shit. And I was like, okay. She's like, but you already rebooked and your luggage already on the new plane. And then we just made it time. Okay, instead of making it like at 2:00 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
we made it at 11:30. But still, it was just like she's like, yeah, that guy's not leaving West Palm Beach today. I was like, okay, that's I agree actually because he was just like as if it was her fault, and then it's like, why is it taking so fucking long to reschedule people? Like, oh my god, there's kids everywhere. Yeah, it was terrible.
Back to she works at a chiropractic office. The one in Iowa, I was front desk for as a chiro assistant, and I had to deal with some real interesting people who didn't understand their insurance after I explained it to them.
And you don't even work for the insurance company.
Well, I had to have them like sign their insurance policy that they understood that whatever, and or they would try to tell me differently, and I'm like, I literally have it right in front of you. It's right here. Like it's not going to cover that, so you actually owe this money. And one specific time, there's a lady who called because, well, her daughter came in, and I charged her the amount for the adjustment, and she paid for it. Or she was a new patient, so she paid for the new patient appointment, and she was 23 years old, I think.
She was an adult.
Yes, she walks out, and I get a call from her mom saying, don't ever charge my daughter again. Don't ever take money from my kids. Like, yelling at me on the phone for charging her daughter for the appointment. And she was
asking a question about the appointment and about her daughter's
yes, and she's like, our insurance is going to cover it. Like, you charged just, like, she was just losing her mind that I charged her daughter. And, like, yes, asking stuff about the appointment, which her daughter is 23 years old, an adult, and so that'd be a HIPAA violation if I gave her information.
You said that, and she said, it's my daughter, I'm allowed to know. Unfortunately, no, she's an adult on top of everything. She's 23 years old. So,
yeah, so she had to go through the billing lady, and even then, she was not able to answer. I mean, it was just financial. She was not able to answer anything about her daughter's case. But it was insane.
Like, her daughter can share if she wants to.
Like, Venmo your daughter back then. If that's, like, if you wanted to pay for it and not your daughter, just Venmo her. You knew she's going to a chiropractic appointment as a new patient. You're the one that scheduled it for your daughter, and she showed up, and she signed the paperwork. She's an adult.
And the thing is, if I remember well, I was her doctor, and she needed help, and I don't think she came back. So
no,
that was kind of sad, yeah.
So that was super awesome. I got a lot of stories of stuff like that, just being completely disrespected. Like, the doctor is not doing her job, not you, but like there's another doctor that's taking her sweet ass time where she's sitting in her office on her phone, not going to her patient, and she's got 6 patients in the waiting room, but we get shit on for it and not the doctor. Like, we get all the backlash, and they're like yelling at us. Like, I sorry, do you want me to adjust you? Like, I can't. She has to deal with a lot of Karens coming in late.
Yeah, let's not even go there. But there was if it's a man, is it a Ken? If it's a Karen, is it a Ken for a man?
Chad or something?
A Chad or whatever. Well, that my Chad, when my new job, I was closing my rooms. So, I'm done at 6. It was about 5:54. So I was about to close, like I shut down I was finishing charting, and then, and then this guy came in, and I hear like the physician assistant, and PT assistant next to me, like, oh no, you just came in. And I was like, oh, okay, bye guys. Like I'm going to start walking. I mean, they're like, yeah, you have a patient. I'm like, what? It's Friday. So, and it's like now maybe 5:56 by the time I get in the room with them, and I was already irritated. Well, he was past the 30 days, and it was a motor vehicle accident case. So I had to do a re-exam on him. It's 5:56 on a Friday afternoon. I was new to the office. Maybe it was like second week I was working there. I was boiling. And I told him, I said, hey, bud, like you almost kind of missed us, right? Like I was trying to just nicely say, hey, maybe next time come in. He's like, instead of saying this, like, I'm so sorry. Because sometimes we get it. Like, I just got out of work. I'm late, blah, blah, blah. He just turned around and said, yeah, I do that all the time. It's when I come. like that. And I was
So
like,
disrespectful.
oh my God, not, I'm so sorry, and blah, blah, blah. And then he keeps talking. So I'm like, I got to get on my kids.
It's an example of an alpha
like,
male.
Like it's 6:15. We're getting the fuck out of here. Like, I should have been home by now. It was just, oh my God. And he came in today and he was there at like 4:00. I was like, holy shit, is it 6? No, I actually did look at the clock. I'm like, it's 4:00.
Wow.
What? I'm like, what is going on? We were all literally floored and surprised. Because I think we all looked at the clock at the same time. We're like, oh my gosh, sorry, 6 p.m. But it wasn't. But yeah, so kind of hate that. But I kind of saw here that you have like 55 plus community.
Oh yes, so 55 plus community Karens right now. The condo, my mom was grandfathered in, so we were in a 55 plus community. I mean, she just bought a place, so we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
But
don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful place. We are not complaining for the location.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Very grateful to be here. It's just beautiful. But the people here, some of these people have nothing else to do but bitch, and they get in their little posses and they gossip. And it's crazy. The gossiping doesn't stop after high school.
It's like Mean Girls for 70s and 80-year-olds.
The high school gossip comes like full circle. And you got like them in the pool in circles doing their laps in the pool walking, and they're just like, did you hear about Stacy? And I'm like, no, y'all never change.
It's when you guys, like every time they see you guys, like, why are they still here?
Yeah.
Like, when are they going back to school? And then they're like this close to us, like, she's still here. Why? We can't hear you.
Which, by the way, there's an 80-20 rule in Florida. So as long as the 55 plus community is 80% 55 up, the rest of the 20% can be under 55.
You just need to be accepted.
Yeah.
Well, I was grandfathered in. Yes, I have younger kids. Yes, it's, it can be an issue. They can come and argue this, but they cannot take away a place of living, But the thing is, like, everyone loves you guys. Yeah. Everyone saw you growing up here. I mean, I've been coming here since I was myself.
There's some people that don't like us because they haven't been here since I was
then
little.
They just talking to us and stuff like, don't they know the rules and this and this? And then you see the people that known us for 36 years and they're like, oh dude, they've been coming here before you even thought that this place existed, and so now they hate us because they got put back in their place because we're very quiet. We go there, we grill sometimes during the weekend, and because they have like barbecues there under the pavilion. Everybody loves the way you guys swim since you were little, and now Amelia, and then she was playing with her horsies, and their Barbies, whatever, or dragons. They would all come and play with them and stuff. But there's always a couple of Karens that just like cannot stand the fact that we have friends and respects from some of the older people there. I mean, some of them like gave you guys, you and Bella, like gifts at your graduation parties, so just like, and they live in Virginia, and
this is their like winter home.
Winter homes. And most of them are winter home people. So all the people that are now living here, like yearly, like there's so many like less people. If you want to, so many less people. There's a
lot less people.
Yeah, a lot less people. And they're the ones that we were here last July with, and they were just totally fine. It's the one that come in. They said, why is she still here? Like, she doesn't have like 5-week vacation. Why is she still here? Just like, oh, when are you going back home? I live here.
Yeah, they keep asking us where it's like they forget. But also we have a little neighborhood cat here. I swear he's like trained. He follows us. I've seen him since he was a kitten. He finally got comfortable to come up. Now he's extremely comfortable. He's on our 3rd floor with a little cardboard box that says Alfie's home.
Well, yeah, I had a box from Amazon.
Yes, and now he's tossing it
outside to put away.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And we opened the door.
He's in it. But there's people that have a problem with it because somehow cats are like a disease. Okay? This little cat has, like, there's a lady who needs him to be like, needs all the cats to be neutered and vaccinated. So she takes them to the what is it called? TNR. I don't know. It's like a humane society, and it's a trap and release. So trap, neuter, release. So that he got neutered, and so he's he's just on the 3rd floor. He eats his food. He walks around. He likes getting pet. He's sweet. He doesn't cause problems. He kills the mice.
He kills the mice, the rats, and birds are not a nuisance, but we're on an island, so rats and mice are a problem.
And so
he takes care of this. Why are we bitching about the cat?
And he's sweet. He just sits around the stairs and waits for us to come out. Every time he sees us, he sprints across the parking lot and comes to us. He's just a sweet thing. And one of the ladies here said that she hopes that the cat gets rabies and dies. I'm like, that's how
But
miserable.
she's the one that cries about rats.
I'm like,
and
you're
she
that
can't
miserable
sleep at night
about it.
because she hears them.
She
in
hears
the attic.
rats.
And I'm just like,
are you sure those are rats? Or are you just hearing stuff? The last one that we have is people not moving over for emergency vehicles in Florida and Canada.
Shit, I
But
can't stand that.
in general, Florida drivers are so selfish. They weave through traffic. They don't give a shit if you're coming up. You have to watch for other people, and they don't. They just get to go.
It's a no-fault state too. I just kind of noticed that. I think
it's ridiculous.
I know you have that in Quebec, but
and people just don't move over for emergency vehicles. When I was in Iowa, it was like people would
stop,
make sure that they got out of the way. Everybody would make sure that, like, it was very organized. They would move over.
You just know to move over. It's okay if you have to go in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah.
Everybody understands why. And if you have to turn left instead of go to straight, do a freaking U-turn later and then just come back.
The other day, I had to actually get up on the curb and then turn right because nobody else was moving. Like, I was fully up on the curb. And then this guy completely cut me and the other person who got out of the way up on the curb.
Yeah.
And just went right past us. I was like, really?
Well, and I was just saying that, unfortunately, when your grandpa passed away, my mom was in the ambulance, and then they were like on a exit, and nobody was accelerating, which when you get on the freaking highway, that's a pet peeve of me. Press on the pedal. You can't get on the highway at 30 miles an hour. You will cause an accident. It's pretty simple. Accelerate. And then the ambulance, I mean, they were like honking and stuff, and Mamie remembers this. Like, it was so scary and so sad that, her husband is dying right now and nobody's freaking moving, and you thinking, and that's what the guy was saying. He said it's so enraging that this happens a whole lot more than we think. But if it would be them with their loved ones,
they would expect you to move. In the
ambulance, they would just like lose their shit. And of course my mom was crying. So it's just, I just think it's shitty as hell.
Yeah, no,
it's emergency vehicle. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, it's pretty common sense, and that should be something that everybody does. Like, oh no, the other person will move. No, just move over.
I stop and then move over, and if I get honked at, I mean, I'm going to flip you off because I don't know what's going on and why they're going. They're coming, but I'm going to give them the right of way. No, I always
yeah, and people don't seem to think it is.
No.
But that is all our ranting for today. I hope that you.
We needed to vent. I needed to vent a little bit.
There's just been so much, like annoying people right now. Yesterday I was like going on actually venting about this one sales whatever alpha male whatever. Like, it just can't. I was listening.
I was ready to go to bed, and then she.
I'm going to show them that I can provide for myself. I'm going to show.
And then she leaves. And then comes back in the room.
I'm like, look at this video. Look what he said about women. He was evolutionized to be a hunter, so it's not a problem if he stares at your boobs. Like, oh God.
I'm like, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm going to bed. Let's talk about this on the
give
podcast.
Me a break,
I think
dude.
This is our subject. That's how I told us.
Yeah, you literally went. That's our podcast episode.
That's what we're doing. Well, anyways,
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
I hope so too.
Go follow us on TikTok at @coffee_break, Instagram at @coffee.break. Our podcast is called A Coffee Break with Cat and Mom, so check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, all that good stuff. It's in our link in bio on Instagram. Video podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Podcasts out every Sunday at 9 a.m. Before we end every episode.
Well,
shout out to Brood Books.
Yep, if you live in the Quad Cities, go on Main Street. Very kind of almost diagonal to Central High School. Awesome place. And yeah, we always end up with a would you rather that I asked Catherine. So I don't know, this is like completely out of the subject here, but would you rather be able to swim and breathe under the water or be able to fly?
Fly. Because I'm not going with sharks, and stingrays and all that scary stuff.
I didn't even think that way.
Fly.
I thought you wanted to be a dolphin.
I do want to be a dolphin, but I would have to be in dolphin form.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you would say that.
But I get to fly. And I just got finished reading the third Avatar movie, or book. I hope there's a movie. But I got finished reading the Avatar book, so I'm going to choose flying.
Okay. Choose to fly.
Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye. And on your home.
Yes, bye.